Hey there, fellow pwners. Welcome to MasterofPwnage's Art of Total War. Today, we're going to talk about Swordsmen. Let's see what that's all about. So we're going to start off by talking about the strengths of Swordsmen, where they shine. One of the most common things asked to me about Swordsmen is how do you get them to throw Javelins? It's pretty easy. All you got to do is hold down Alt and right-click on the end. He will shoot Javelins. So there's no range indicators or anything like that, like you would see with your Javelin men and archers, where you hold down spacebar and you can see how far they can throw. But you just right-click on them and throw. They are limited. I think it's been hard to figure out because sometimes they don't throw it when you want them to. Maybe 4 or 5 Javelins, and then they don't have any more, and there's no real indicators to let you know, except for that the Javelins don't show up anymore when you hold down Alt. You can line them up just like Javelin men or archers or slingers on a ridgeline, and kind of throw them down there and increase your line of sight, which is kind of nice. You can soften up your enemy beforehand. Another strength, another place where they shine, is against Spearmen. So Spearmen are really weak to Swordsmen. If you actually look at the stats, you'll be able to see why Swordsmen trump Spearmen. So if you look at the Romans tier 2, they have medium Swordsmen and medium Spearmen, so you can do a really good cross comparison there. So if you click on one unit and you highlight over another, it'll show you with little dashes or whatever over here on the right hand side so you can kind of compare. So you can see that the Spearmen, they do have a higher melee defense than the Swordsmen do, but they've also got a much lower melee attack. They also have less weapon damage, less missile block, less armor, and less morale. So the Swordsmen win out on morale and on melee attack. So and on damage done. So with the less armor and less damage being done, the Swordsman will win out every single time on a one-on-one. So let's go to weaknesses. Obviously, Pikemen. Now they can still do damage to Pikemen on the back like any other unit can, but I'm talking in the complete void. What are they weak against? Pikemen. Ranged attacks. They don't have big shields like your Spearmen do, so you've got to be very careful about engaging ranged enemies. The best way to combat this, and what I do here, is engage in a melee. Most archers will stop firing when you get up to their friends in a melee. Another reason that they're a weakness is only if you chase them. So you can see they start firing at me once I see them and get line of sight, or once they get line of sight on me. So I started chasing them here just to prove a point that they're going to do a lot more damage to me than I can ever do to them. So in the end, they're going to win on the points race. So don't chase them. Here's another really good example of why not to chase a skirmisher, is because this guy's really good. He spread out his units. He's only using level 2s. I have level 4 units, or tier 4. And he is doing a massive amount of damage to me. So just because they're low tier doesn't mean you should run around chasing them and get your easy kill, because it's not going to be easy. Artillery. Artillery will screw up your day. Pretty much any infantry is really susceptible to artillery, but just be aware that once you see those rocks flying, try and find cover or try and get on line of sight. This battle was a mess for me. You can see I have archers shooting in my back, catapult shooting in my back. It was a brutal fight. So the woods give you an advantage when you have artillery coming in at you, because you can see that those trees are definitely stopping some of those stones from hitting me, but they're still doing a massive amount of damage when they do. So I do recommend using Swordsmen. They're one of my favorite units to use. Just watch out for those archers, watch out for anything long range, and watch out for horses hitting you from behind like with any other infantry unit. So please stay tuned. There's going to be plenty of more of these where this one came from, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks guys, catch you next time.